بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد النبي الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I would like to thank you very much for choosing the International Medical Center and welcome you to our presentation this morning. You chose to be here and you chose the International Medical Center. Life is full of choices. And I'm very sure that each one of you had many choices to choose, but you decided to be here. I believe that in life we are always presented with options. Unfortunately, many people don't have the right criteria to choose the right door. They end up, majority of them, choosing the wrong door because the criteria is not clear. Later in life, they might look back and ask themselves, why did I choose that route? They might even go into depression. They might go into midlife crisis. I believe midlife crisis has nothing to do with hormonal. It has to do with the fact that people chose the right, have chosen their destination correctly, and they found themselves or did not find themselves. And many times, the options presented to us, they might be as different as north and south, even though they might look like another option. And what makes things more difficult is that we are living in a world which has a dilemma. I call it the compass versus the watch. If we think of life as a journey and we ask a person to choose between a watch and a compass and put that person in the desert, I'm sure all of you will choose the compass, because without the compass, the watch will not help you. But I must say that, unfortunately, I truly believe the vast majority of people on earth, they focus more on the watch. All we talk about is time management, optimization, utilization, time motion, and not enough talking about where are we heading. What is our direction? This is becoming more important because I truly believe, like many, we are going through different stages of civilization. We started as hunters, and we moved to become farmers. The reason we moved from hunters to farmers is that there was a need to increase productivity. And the increase was more than 50-fold. When the agrarian culture was introduced, there was resistance from hunters. Why is that? Because we are creatures of status quo. We don't like to change. هكذا وجدنا عليه آباءنا. But eventually, we became farmers. Then came the next civilization, which is the industrial world. Again, the machines start going into the farmer's land. Farmers resisted, fought back, said, you're changing our way of life, our culture, and there is no alternative to the kind hand of the farmers. But eventually, we became farmers. And then we became industrial. The machines won. Why? Again, increased productivity by 50 times. Then came the next civilization, which is the information and knowledge worker age. Same thing happened, and we became in that civilization with increased productivity of 50 times. I truly believe that the next age is called the wisdom age, and that age had started already. In the last 100 years, humanity has been trying to find itself by searching outside. We reached the moon, yet we failed to feed the hungry next door. We understood so much about the cosmos, yet we failed to understand the basics of our inner soul. Humanity is lost, and humanity is trying to find itself. Now, you might wonder what this has to do with the vision and mission of a hospital. It has everything to do with it. I truly believe in the next 2 decades, only organizations and institutions focusing on the most important factor, which is the core of this new age, only those organizations will excel. All others will fall behind. the core of this new civilization is no longer the feast, the crops, the machines, or the information or knowledge. We're going back to the basics, the missing factor, the human being, mind, body, heart, and spirit. That civilization focus on the whole person paradigm. Again, mind, body, heart, and spirit. And that has already started. You see, for example, books coming out in the States and in Europe. Those books you would never see in the 80s when I was doing my medical school. Like God is my CEO, following God's principles in a bottom line world. God is my coach, a business leader's guide to finding clarity in uncertain world. Jesus is my CEO, and so forth. It tells you something. It tells you that humanity now is trying to find a meaning of life. The majority of organizations and institutions worldwide, they manage people as things. When I give this presentation, I see sometimes some CEOs get insulted. They say, no, we are not managing people as things. And I say, it's not up to you. We are inheriting something wrong. And I ask them one question. You all deal with financial statements. They say, yes. I say, how about the financial statements? With all due respect, all of us, including myself and you, are nothing but an expense in the payroll. While the chairs you're sitting on and the tables are the assets and capital of the organization. This is a financial statement, whether it's Chinese or Japanese or English or French. So we are inheriting a very wrong way of looking at the value of the human being. How could we be the expense and the chair and the table are the capital and assets? In those organizations, when you look at the spirit, they say the leader knows best and makes all the important decisions. By saying that, you're killing the spirit of the individual, then you're killing the psyche of the whole organization. I'm sure you heard the term called human capital, right? I no longer get impressed by what we call human capital, because human capital is only as good as the culture which can translate this human capital into what we call high psych capital. You could have the best people in the world with their own culture. You demoralize them, you crush their morale, and then you have a low psych capital and low performance. How many soccer teams we see have the best players in the world and they keep losing because they have their own culture? Now, here, the mind don't need to see the future, need only to do what's told and follow the rules. By saying that, you're killing the intellect of the individual, then you're killing the creativity and the innovation of the whole organization. The heart. Workers cannot be trusted without the carrot and stick. Not much good will happen. Yes, the carrot is very important because we need to feed ourselves and our families. However, those are not the people who make organizations excel. They are those people who join for the mission of the organization. By not focusing on those and paying attention to them, you're killing the heart of the institution. Systems must be designed to get work done efficiently. Yes, systems are very important. However, by putting only one system, without any flexibility, you're not allowing those individuals to exercise and optimize on their physical performance. You're killing the physical intelligence of the organization because each one of us, only us, we know how to maximize on our physical performance if we're allowed to exercise that and was done in the right way. A whole person paradigm, mind, body, heart, and spirit. Use a person in a creative way. Treat them kindly. Pay them fairly. Help them serve human needs in principal ways. We believe that by doing this, there are going to be a good number of individuals in the organization who will feel that they could learn, love, live, and a good number of them will feel that they could fulfill their legacy in life through working in that organization. We truly believe if a person reaches this point, it unleashes a phenomenal potential of energy, far exceeds what we have witnessed from the increased productivity moving from one civilization to another. I don't claim up to 1,500 farmers of the IMC, we have 10%. I don't claim we have 5%, but I know we have about 20 or 25. And you can tell, because each one of those equals 10 men or 10 women. This is our vision from day number 1. Our vision is to pioneer a unique approach of healing the mind, body, and soul by applying the best global healthcare standards and pursuing divine ethics. I'm going to say it in Arabic. لصناعة نموذج فريد للرعاية الصحية ذات نظرة شمولية لشفاء الإنسان جسدا وعقلا وروحا باتباع أفضل المعايير الطبية العالمية للعلاج واقتفاء المعايير الربانية في المعاملة والأخلاق. This vision is composed of 5 crescents: mind, body, heart, and spirit, and 2 foundations: the highest global healthcare standards and the divine ethics, to form what we call our tree, and we call it our blessed tree. We call ourselves farmers. At IMC, nobody works for anybody. We all work for the mission and vision. This is the only private hospital in Saudi Arabia which is not a family business, not one-man show, not one-woman show. It's an institution. And we're very proud to be the first one in Saudi Arabia. And that's the strength. That means the value of every individual depends on how much this person contributes to that tree that day. Back to basics. The holistic approach, Avicenna wrote about it in his book, The Law of Medicine, which he published and wrote at age 16 and remained in Europe for 500 years as number 1 text of medicine, and another 200 years as one of the 3 top references in medicine in Europe. And he spoke about holistic approach. Stephen Covey speaks also about the same concept, mind, body, heart, and spirit. And this is our logo with the mind, body, soul, divine ethics, and global standards. Leadership. Leadership at the International Medical Center is a choice. And that's the right way. It is not a position, not a title. And we're trying to fight that. Of course, you're coming from a culture in which everybody thinks the leader is the one who carries the title. And it's not easy to change that culture. But we have every intention to change it. Because, to be honest with you, the true leader should be a true follower. You cannot be a good leader without being a good follower. They teach in business schools how to be a good leader. Have you ever attended a course that says how to be a good follower? But to be honest with you, without being a good follower, you're not going to be a good leader. Follower means you have no pride to follow any good ideas. We have many examples in history. Our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was a great follower because he was a great leader. Why? In many times, many instances, he listened to the advice of his companions. Another example is our Khalifa, Umar. He stood, he was giving a lecture, and a woman stood, said, "You made a mistake." He said, "Yes, Khalifa Umar, the ruler, made a mistake." And he changed his ruling. So he's a good follower. So we teach here at IMC how to be a good followers of good ideas, because the boss is the idea, the good idea. It is not the title. Otherwise, you're going to miss those leaders. We're not going to be able to develop leaders in our institutions. And we believe in what we call the serving leader. And you